Tesla Model S Plaid unveiling event, I guess. I'm Brian. Welcome to my Tesla weekend. How we doing, guys? Can you hear me? Am I making noise? Let me adjust that. Yeah. All right. Jay says you can hear me. So let me pull up my data so I know what we're talking about here. Start with, I guess, my predictions and what I'm expecting from the event. So this is the pre-party. We're going to be talking about anything we can until 28 minutes and 56 seconds from now, when Elon presumably doesn't quite yet take the stage, because that's a thing he sometimes does. We know he just got on his plane from Hawthorne back to Fremont, and he could very well be a couple minutes late. And there's no way it's starting without him. So, predictions. What do you guys think the battery's going to be? Because I got to say, it's not going to be the 2170s. It's not going to be the 2170s. It's just too... It would be a stepping stone between where they are now and where they need to be with the 4680s. I just don't see it. Although it would be a fantastic technology to use, I just don't see it. The 18650s have gotten so much better. I think they're going to stick with those. Either way, I do think we're going to see a structural battery pack. I think that's how they got the weight down on the Model S. Because to shave over 300 pounds from it is, significant. Yeah. I do think there will be a one more thing. Oh, and one more thing. That was a world-class Columbo impression. I don't think the one more thing will be the Roadster, because I think that would suck too much air out of the room. I don't think it will be a Model 2, which would potentially hurt sales of the Model 3. It might be the Semi. It might be something not very exciting like the quad bike. Now, of course, that is exciting, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not that exciting. So what else? It could be the announcement of semis being ready for delivery. We know there was the Frito-Lay plant that has installed mega chargers for these trucks, so that could be the next big thing. And of course, I do expect deliveries to start tonight at the event, and I expect guests to be able to, get a neck-snapping ride around the test track. And it's a short test track, shorter than the open road courses they've used at other events, so it'll move quick. So there we go. It's open to chat, so let's take a look at the comments. Noah says, I really hope it's the 4680. I do too. That would be fantastic. That would tell me it's ready to scale, and that is something that appears critical for both Giga Berlin and Giga Austin, Giga Texas. Bruce Campbell, hi Bruce. Elon always does one more thing. Either they solve the 4680 issues or to the new intro to the new semi-president. That would be great. Who would you like to see? Somebody from Kenworth or Mack or Peterbilt? Or somebody from Tech? Who would you guys want to see? Yeah, I am, Noah, I am also hoping that Elon says that the Plaid has the 4680s, but I don't think it will, because he wouldn't have canceled the Plaid. He wouldn't have canceled the Plaid Plus. He'd have canceled the Plaid, because it's way more expensive and it would be exactly the car they need. Although I wonder if the price would be too expensive for many buyers, but you could always software limit it. And I think the margin is sufficient on this vehicle. I think it's going to be a very high margin vehicle. Hopefully it will also be a high volume vehicle, but that's never been the Model S's thing. Model S drives itself up on stage, asks Jared Beck. That would be super cool. And not that hard to do. Even a demo with a product that doesn't work, I think, could do that quite well. Aussie Astronaut, it would be nice if they show us the revised Cybertruck. I'd say 10% chance of that. That would be very cool. I think that absolutely could happen, but I'm not sure it will. Why the delay? What happened? Tesla Girl, I believe it's because Elon was in Hawthorne at SpaceX headquarters for something related to production. We know he, I think it was Dave Leon Investing who tweeted out the location of the jet. It had only left Hawthorne, gosh, it's a 50-minute flight, and it had only left like an hour and 10 minutes ago. So he is just now getting back to the Bay Area. Watching from Australia. Hello, Mr. Galaxy. Streaming from both phone and TV. Thanks, Jack. I'll take the extra love. 49 concurrent viewers. I mean, it's building the channel is a fair amount of work. What questions do you guys want to talk about while we're waiting? I should point out, I got something new here. Let's see if I can get it on camera. Yep. I assure you, it's not as blurry as it looks. That's just my chroma key trying to. Yeah, that was pretty choice. I still don't have my studio fully set up, and by fully I mean remotely. But hopefully by the end of summer, there's no power up in the studio area upstairs. So that would make working a little difficult. I can run extension cords, and at some point I'm going to have to give up and just do that. What else? If not 4680, then why get rid of Plaid Plus and go up 10,000? And Elon saying Plaid is just too good. I don't know. The 10,000 could be a parts cost issue with the metal and copper going up significantly in price. I just don't know. I think that's something we'll find out. Hey, Bear. Good to see you, man. Bear's Workshop does drone flights over Nikola in Arizona and also the Lucid factory. And those guys at Lucid are just awful to him. Yeah, they're not good. Tesla hack. You're right, Bear. I am not going to lie. That is me. Model 2, if you're asking what I mean by that, the compact version, it doesn't have a name yet. It could be the AF version to complete sexy in that manner, but too sexy is also pretty sexy. You think we'll get to see the updated Cybertruck? I don't think so. There's a chance, but I would say a low chance. 10% is my guess. And the nice thing about 10% is I'm definitely right. If it doesn't happen, I called it. And if it does, there was always a chance. Do I think the Roadster will make an appearance? I do not. I think it would cannibalize sales from the Plaid Model S. Yeah. Any update on my summer road trip? Yes, it is happening. It'll be at the end of July, starting on the 20th. And I have removed Texas from the journey because it's just too many hours on the road. So that I would be doing separately as a flight if rental cars become available. But the road trip will go from the Pacific Northwest down to the Bay Area, across to Reno, down to Vegas, over to Arizona to see Bear, among others. And yeah, and then back possibly through Colorado and Montana. It's going to be a lot of miles, and I'm trying to figure out whether it's going to be 14 days or 18 days, but we'll see. Do you think, let's see, maybe they will talk about the new HVAC? I don't know if that's, boy, I just don't think it's the right venue for that. Jim Coleman, wow, thank you, my friend. Awesome. Wow, I genuinely appreciate that. It's a lot of work keeping the channel going, and I'm just so close to being able to get to full time. And you guys being here, subscribing, liking, commenting, it all helps. And I thank you guys sincerely for that. How much range do you think Model Y long range will get in 4680s? Well, how many are they going to put in? I would say a 14% gain in range is... Thank you, Adobe. I think a 14% gain in range would be basically an automatic gimme. I think the weight reduction from having a structural battery pack might give you another 5%. Not game-changing, but it doesn't need to be. It's already a very good car. Watching from Germany. Vielen Dank, Jim Bob Bob. Yeah, I'm coming to visit you, Bear. Of course I am. I already scheduled you for the interview. You can't get out of it now, man. Maybe they will announce a new Gigafactory or two. UK? India? Boy. I would not be surprised. That is a guess I haven't seen. But it strikes me as more of a investor relations kind of thing, more of a shareholder call sort of thing. But that would be... It's time, right? It's time. Maybe they will... Let's see... Prairie Dog. If I'm cutting out, I apologize. I'm having some connectivity issues on my end. I'm temporarily using Comcast. So let's see if I come back online there. Am I back? Did I lose something? Active rear wing. Maybe, Ozzy. I don't see why not. For something that goes 200 miles an hour, that seems like something you'd kind of want to do. Hello, Rick in Kentucky. Germany, coming online. Sehr gut. Doubt UK after Brexit. Yeah, I don't know. I think Australia's too small of a market. Southeast Asia has already got good coverage from... Uh-oh. Am I frozen? Am I frozen? Ooh, okay, well, I guess I'm back. That's incredibly frustrating. Yeah, I don't know. I think Brexit is going to cause a number of issues that might make it a less than ideal location for a full factory. But it's the sort of thing they could absolutely sort out. Jack, thank you so much for the super chat. Boy, let's see. Yeah, reloading issues. Again, I apologize. This should be sorted out by the next live stream, as should some of my, quality issues. I would like to say thank you to my, thank you for the comment about Patreons there, Noah. I would like to say thank you to my Patreons. Let me jump over to that. I have got some great Patreons, including some new folks like Disturbed47 and David. I'm pretty sure I mentioned in a previous video. Burhan Halilov, Robert Hammond, Jerry Rubenfeld, Marco Rodriguez, John McKell, Raku R, at the cool level, and very cool Bruce Stubbs and Norm Store. So thank you guys so very much. Here's something I wanted to look at. Here's the Plaid page. 1,000 horsepower, 200 miles per hour. It's exciting. Let's scroll the old-fashioned way here. It's a little quieter and faster. I think this picture is going to be replaced at the end of tonight. I think this is going to go away and be replaced by something more accurate that we will learn about tonight. What else have we got? Down at the bottom, long range, 4,561 pounds. Plaid is only 4,766. What do you think that is? And this is very confusing to me. The Plaid has more power, it has more capacity, it has more ability, but a shorter range. So it's not getting all of it from the batteries. Is it just, in your opinion, getting it from the third motor? I assume the Plaid is a tri-motor. What do you guys think? I'd be curious to hear that. Talk and move. Done. So yeah, I apologize that the stream is not working better. I'm not sure how to configure it better, but that's something I will work on for future streams. And you can see I'm not doing great with my chroma keying, but that part of that problem is the lighting. If I slide back, it gets worse. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. This is the kind of quality you guys tune in for, and I'm here for it. Are the new shorts? Maybe you mean are there? My shop does not have shorts. I could see about adding them. That'd be a little weird. Yeah, that'd be a little weird. We could do that. Yeah, that's you, Marco. Thank you for joining. Again, the support from the community has been just amazing, and I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Let's jump over and see. So it's only 12 minutes and 37 seconds until it probably still doesn't go live. Juicier motors. No, I think they're going to be the same motors. I think it'll be just one additional motor. Tesla already makes, three different motors, and that's 4 different motors, because the front and back on the S and X are different, and the front and back on the 3 and Y are different. So there's 4 motors already. I cannot see them wanting to have more motors, especially for a car they're probably not going to sell more than, 1,000 a week of. I would love to see them sell far more than that, but in that price range, you get to a demand cliff, so to speak. Stream looks good to me. Good, Jared. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. At some point, you really don't need more speed, but people are still willing to pay for it. Okay. What else should we talk about? I am behind on making my weekly side-by-side progress videos because every time I get pretty far into it, new stuff comes out, and then I keep bumping it. And what I'm going to do, hopefully, is release one maybe tonight that's a little bit out of date, and then get back on track like Monday, hopefully. They're incredibly exhausting. They're a lot of work to put together, but they're fun, and I enjoy them, and it's, to me at least, neat to see it. And that's one of those videos that I started at the beginning of the channel because it was the sort of thing I always wanted to see. And I feel like it's resonated with a lot of viewers, so that's great. JJE asks, why is it not starting in 12 minutes? These events have a habit of starting late. I'd love to see it start on time. Maybe it will. 3 times the front motors of the regular S and X. Yeah, we'll find out. I'm impressed that they managed to reduce the drag coefficient without significantly changing the styling. I was really hoping for a much more radical redesign. I was hoping for a roadster-looking 4-door, but, I'm not the demographic for this car anyway. If I could, I'd be getting a 7-seat Model Y, but I am not presently in the market to buy a car. and, you know. Side view mirror forever? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. There are models in Europe that already have no side mirrors, I have read, and I'd be curious to know what the experience with those is like. I've read reviews of people who have used aftermarket rear view mirrors. I looked at that when I put together the Cybertruck Myths video, and people hated them, but they weren't using factory-made ones. They were using aftermarket ones, and that's a very different experience. So I think as soon as they can get rid of the mirrors, they will, because they're a thing that breaks. They make the car wider. They increase drag. There's no benefit to them unless you want to see what's around you. And I think there is a benefit there, but I might want to do some research to find out. I used to own a BMW, and apparently I found this out recently. They have blinkers, so that's weird. Somebody should have told me that when I owned it. I don't know. Newest tire technology. Maybe. There are tires already that will go 200, but maybe. Ah, 8 minutes to go. We can make it, my friend. We are in the home stretch. Oh, I can show you another fun piece of merch. Maybe this one I can get to look nice. This is a lady's t-shirt. And I didn't steal it from a lady. I guess I did. Stole it from my wife. Boy, this webcam is... oof. But you can see that even the black lettering on the gray background still comes out looking pretty good. Still comes out looking pretty good. I haven't sold any of those, I don't think. But they exist. They're a thing that exists. Will the Tesla Semi make an appearance? Yes, is my guess. I would say yes. More than half sure yes. There's no reason not to show it, but I think it might be the and one more thing. T-Mech, thank you so much. We love you, buddy. Thanks for all the great Tesla coverage. You bet. I'm happy to do it. I've got some big projects I'm trying to work on, but they're kicking my butt. And I will, hopefully, be able to get a couple of those done. When I do the road trip, there were questions about the road trip earlier, which will be at the end of July. When I do that, I will hope to have some content ready to run while I'm gone. I've got a few interviews scheduled, and I've got, what else? Some evergreen kind of stories that would fill the time nicely. And I could do live streams on the road, but the usual stuff, it's just not going to happen. It's just too much work to do while I'm on the road. Tell us again what you think they'll announce. 18650s in the cell. I think there'll be a cell to a pack to frame kind of deal. The structural battery pack. I think they will clarify everything we've known, and I think the event will be short and sweet and to the point, and with as few people as I believe are going to be attending, and as short as the track is, everyone will get to experience the whiplash. The event, the surprise I would love to see, the final Cybertruck with a production date. But I'm dreaming. I want a Tesla logo for my balding head. Great. And as a reminder from my Patreons, I do have a Tesla tattoo reveal at 100 Patreons. And it's fun. It's fun. And no tattoo, the real logo emblem. Thank you for all you do for the trackers. I look forward to them. Well, thank you, Super Duty F350. I'll get JJE Northwest down to the Bay Area, over to Reno, down to Vegas, over to Arizona, probably back through Colorado, Montana. On the trackers, oh boy, I tell you, the critics have sure gotten quiet, and the math has done better than it has any right to. I did work hard to come up with a model and then run it backwards against other factories. And boy, figuring out what to track and how to track it took me probably, I don't know, probably 80 hours. And I was so uncertain that it would work, but it looks like it did. So that would be great. Full self-driving with weed bar. I think we're a ways out from getting to the point where that's level 5. That's level 5. But when we get there, Steve and Mark Ryan will be moving to the U.S. to drive one. Or I guess he could do it there. I don't know. Zachary Rambo is in Montana. Arizona. Am I visiting Nicola? Yeah. I haven't contacted them. I'm sure they'll say no, but I can still visit the site. Link to Patreon, please. Should be in the description of the show. But it's patreon.com/glossy news. Yeah, so I'll be also visiting Lucid. And again, based on the experiences that Bear's Workshop has had with their legal department, I can't imagine they want to let me inside. And that's a problem you have when you put Tesla in the name of your channel, which is something I would consider changing to like My Tech Weekly. And it started as weekends, but, you know, you guys are just too much fun. I have to keep coming back for more. Can a Model 3 pull a Cybertruck pulling a Cyber Semi? Yes, if they're not pulling back. You know, I've seen all kinds of feats of strength where like a person pulls a train. It all comes down to rolling resistance. Tracker seems to be hitting it pretty good. I think so. JJ, I plan to meet up with Bear. We've talked many times. We have secret messages we exchange when we're looking for advice and when we, yeah. And in my case, when I just need to vent. 2 minutes. Are we going to make it? How are we going to make it, man? I don't know. We shall find out. I'll close this. See if that improves anything. Yeah. Yeah, the stream's looking pretty all right. Incidentally, I did get my, see, can you see this? Where am I here? Well, you really can't. I got my shot, and now, I don't know if you can see this, but I am absolutely, put it here maybe. Can you see it? I am absolutely magnetic now. How does that work? And I'll tell you, it's not from the shot. It's because I'm a crazy person, and I have one extra sense than so many other people. Am I going to do a video tomorrow or the next day based on today's events? Yeah, it'll probably be included in the news roundup at the very least. But if there's something amazing, I might, you know, have to kind of play it by ear. Zachary is expecting the specs will be announced for the structural Model Y. I don't because I think it would cannibalize sales of the current Model Y, and I don't think they want to do that. E-Mustang versus Model 3 Plaid tug of war. Those things are fun, but it just comes down to who's got the better tires and the more weight. So, yeah. They're fun, but I don't think they're particularly informative. Yeah, Marco, I am Magneto. This is true. I can. Yeah, good. You see that there? That's absolutely ridiculous. And a fun party trick that impresses precisely 0 people. Delayed 15 minutes. Well, that's a surprise, Liam. I couldn't have seen that coming. Unfortunately. So great, 15 minutes. What do we want to talk about? I'll tell you what I want to talk about is new colors. The 6 colors used, black, white, red, blue, and 2 varieties of gray, are the most common colors for cars in the world. And if you pull up a chart, it ain't even close. But we need some new colors, man. Even if it's just for the Plaid, we just need some new colors. What colors would you guys like to see? Another 15 minutes. All right. Well, can't wait for first self-driving cyber birth. Ooh. What I'm more concerned about is putting Grandma in the car, sending her off to visit the grandkids, and when she shows up, she's been dead for a while. And that will happen. That will happen. That is just a matter of time. Yes, Jack. Yes, Jack. How odd. How odd. I don't know if the HVAC thing is something I necessarily want to see inside of Tesla. I think it's a valuable product. It may be ripe for disruption, but I think it's I just think it's a distraction from the core mission. And what we really need to do is deliver the products that have already been promised, deliver the next 2 or 3 after that, and then work on the crazy stuff. Blue, electric blue. That would be good, Simon. I do like Tesla's blue, but, Mazda has an amazing red, like a maroon that's metallic and just beautiful. And Mazda's barely a car company anymore. Good videos, keep it up. Thank you, David. I appreciate the kind words. I will do my best, and hopefully not let you down. Yeah. OG Roadster colors. Yeah, get some yellow in there. Get some bright, flashy stuff. Even if it's an expensive option. I wonder if the paint shop in Texas and Berlin will be better situated to handle a wider variety of colors. Do I own a Tesla? And if not, will I soon? I do not. When my car died, I was not able to buy a Tesla because I have 4 kids. So I need 6 seats, and the only options available were a Model X, which is a bit out of my budget, or trying to find one of the very rare Model S's that had the jump seats in the trunk, which I was not. That's not a good long-term solution. And the Model Y was just not available. Well, it wasn't available with enough seats until just recently, and I had to buy 2 years ago. So I think I will just hold out for a Cybertruck, which I can't believe I'm saying, because when the unveiling happened, I was sick to my stomach. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was just sure the one more thing would be the real truck. But now that I look at it, it just makes sense. From a first principles perspective, from thinking about the engineering and the cost savings from the brutalist design, it just makes sense, and it grows on you. Everything's ugly until you get used to it. Heard a rumor Tesla would start offering factory wraps. My thoughts on this. I've heard that they will offer them for the Cybertruck, and I think that's fantastic because it's the easiest vehicle in history to wrap. And if that's what you do all day for a living, you could wrap it so fast. They could sell it for $3,000-$4,000 as a factory wrap and put it on for $600 probably. So I think that would be a master stroke, and I don't think it would slow anything down. Certainly not for the absolute sheer profit of it. Ooh, color changing black to white. Ooh, that's crazy talk, Zachary. That would be a warranty nightmare. Current Patreon supporter. You put out great content. Well, thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate that. Flexible micro diode TV screen. I don't see the benefit. And I'm not sure how durable those are, but I don't know. That's an interesting idea. What will come first, Roadster deliveries or Model 2 unveil? Ooh, if you'd said Roadster versus Model 2 deliveries, I'd say Roadster. Boy, I'm going to say Roadster deliveries just because they have to get those done. Jonathan Drake also has 4 kiddos. Yeah, when I switched to a minivan in probably, what would that be? 08, 09? Probably 09. I haven't gone back. The space is just magnificent. Does the Tesla truck seat 6? It does. The center console folds up into a additional seat. Yeah, Marco said, that's exactly what I thought of the Cybertruck. It took a couple of days and I was blown away. Yeah, by day 2 or 3, I was no longer sick and I got it. And I'd watched Stephen Mark Ryan's video, Cybertruck is Engineering Genius. And I got it, but it took me weeks to actually like it and months to actually love it. And now I absolutely do. Dynamic camo. That would be dangerous, I think. We don't need that. If you ever want to be invisible, it's easy to do. You just drive a minivan. No one will ever see you. There was a commercial about boring cars, and the bank robbers robbed a bank in a boring car, and the police showed up, didn't even see them. So, one thing I'd be curious about, what features does a Tesla not have that you would like to see? I'd like to see the 360 camera view that a lot of cars have. It'd be nice if it was a little more luxurious on the inside, like the BMWs and Mercedes it's competing against often. Yeah. I don't know. I'd also like to see the Cybertruck in a road configuration rather than currently it's just an off-road configuration. And I'm curious what it would look like with street tires and the air suspension at the minimum height. Are we talking about $8,000 rims? Because that's not ideal. When the Y was first shown, it had very small wheels on it, and it looked ridiculous. And they finally increased the size, and now it looks fine. Vehicle-to-house power. Absolutely. That is overdue. And the Cybertruck can do that. If it's going to have a 220-volt outlet in the bed, it absolutely can be back-fed into your panel the way generators are not supposed to be, but always are. Do I think Tesla will have the new Slaw Bunny design? I don't know what that means. Yeah, the 360 view would be nice. Needs a gimmicky stick shift so I can roll through the gears. Yeah, or it could just pipe in fake sound like the Mach-E. And by the way, if I bought a car and it was piping in extra fake sound, I would be very annoyed. I don't need more antidote. I need less poison. It's a truck, not a luxury vehicle. I'm going to hose it out. Yeah, I meant the cars should be more luxurious. The Cybertruck can be whatever it needs to be. It's a truck. And I don't need luxury, but if I'm paying over 50 grand. I'd like it to be luxurious. Power frunk. Absolutely. Why not? There are aftermarket kits that apparently work pretty well, but I don't know. I don't know why they wouldn't add that. Good job. Good job, Mortala. Good job. 5 more minutes? Well, that'd be great. That'd be great. Big, if true. Yeah, why funnel in extra sound? It's how they cover the squeaks and rattles. I had a friend who had an 86 Honda Escort, and it was an absolute chunk of garbage. And the way Ford compensated for that was by putting in a lot of insulation to deaden the sound and giving you a remarkably good radio for such a chunk of trash. And it was all to cover the fact that it sounds like you're about to throw a rod. Magnetic bumpers to train vehicles. A Tesla RV. Too small of a market. Too small of a market. Maybe they could do a mega skateboard for applications like that. But even then, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. And builders like Kenworth and Mercedes and BYD and Volvo are already testing their Class 8 sized platforms. I think those guys are probably going to be more interested in developing for coach builders. Solar on the back of the RV or of the Cybertruck, because there is a patent to put solar on the tonneau cover, and maybe it could fold out. I don't know. That would be pretty wild. Get you a few miles a day. Be great if you're absolutely stuck. And yeah, I can wait 2 days to get back rather than die in the jungle. That'd be great. Oh my gosh, 8:27. Are we going to make it? Boy, I just don't know. See if I missed anything here. Am I going to get the solar roof? I am not. I have a steel shingle roof that is rated for kind of forever, and it's already, I'm not sure how old, but forever old, and it's in great shape. There's massive trees over my house that I am not allowed to cut down. They are protected by the city. So I've got both too much shade. I don't face north to south. And I've got a roof that's just not going to need to be replaced in the next 10 years for sure, but maybe ever. So no solar roof for me. And also I'm skeptical. The solar roof seems plagued with delays and installation frustration, and my appetite for that is limited. Ralph is saying he believes the Cybertruck tires will be designed to run excellent on-road and off. Yeah, but I kind of want something that looks more like a car, and that's just my preference, but we'll see. We'll see. White wall tires. Yeah, do that like purple wall tires. Yeah, like the 1950s version of the DeLorean with the big old chubby white walls. Couple of Instagram lives going on from inside the event. Doesn't look like anything will start for a while. 20 minutes plus. Whew. Well, that's... Did anyone else have a chance to see the Roadster on display at the Peterson Car Museum? Boy, I would have loved to see the Cybertruck in New York, but I'd like to see it anywhere. And the thing is, the day those come out, there's a reason there's no logo on it, because you only have to ask what it is once. You ask what it is once, and you know what it is. And that's powerful. And another thing I said about the Cybertruck recently, in one of my videos, I think it was the news maybe, when Ford debuted their Lightning, Google searches for the F-150 spiked, but not as much as the Cybertruck searches did. So Ford paid millions of dollars for this event, I assume, and Tesla got more publicity out of it. That is powerful, because every commercial, every publicity, every press release for a pickup that isn't the Cybertruck, that is electric, has to be compared to the Cybertruck. And by the way, anybody see the news about Lordstown? That's a shocker, huh? I feel like a lot of folks on YouTube saw that coming. I'll tell you, my thought on it was when I saw the price tag of $52,000 to make a conventional looking electric pickup truck with amazing specs, I called BS. Now, I assumed they were going to do the usual thing, the same thing that most of the builders have done, the same thing Tesla did with their first 3 cars, which is make an upmarket version and only sell that until the price gets under control. And it may not be possible for them to survive that long, because at $55,000, first of all, I don't think they can build it for that price. And even if they can, what are they making? $5,000 a truck? That's not enough. That's not enough. And yes, Corey, solar roof, to me at least, would only make sense if I'm already doing a roof replacement. I'm certainly not going to tear off a perfectly good roof. Oh, is it saying watch on YouTube? Do I need to do that? Do I need to hit play? Oh. Is it too loud? Let me know if it's too loud, because I can certainly turn it down. I feel like I should make it a little bigger. I'm leaning to look past my camera. I put the camera... Oh, I see. They went to a weird screen size. I put my camera right in front of my screen so that I can look at you guys more easily. Let's go back to where it was. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Watching a Tesla event is like watching a Guns N' Roses concert. You spend hours waiting for Axl to show. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, the event is running on Elon time. It's kind of quiet. I can turn it up. I've got it turned down. There's not much going on yet. But sure, let's put in some groovy beats. Come on. Elon is picking out a rock that won't break his window. I'm impressed that the crew was able to replace the Cybertruck's window so quickly. And I'd seen theories, this is a publicity stunt. He meant to have the window get smashed. No. That's like saying new Coke was done on purpose to revitalize the sales of old Coke. As the CEO of that company said at the time, they're not that smart and they're not that stupid. What I'd like to see, so for the Model 2, we can talk about that for a second. One thing I would like to see is a universal platform that can have 3 variants. The China variant, the Berlin variant, and the Texas variant. Where it's the same, underlying architecture, but with a different design. And I would love it if one of them was a cyber car. Make a sporty 2-seater cyber car. I've seen renders that look fantastic, that I think are way hotter than the Cybertruck, but I don't know. And it would help bring the cost down even further. What do you guys think? It's always humorous how well SpaceX can put on a webcast and how delayed the Tesla events tend to be, says Corey. I agree. Here, let me do this. I agree with the difference being that Glenn Shotwell is an absolute pro, knows what she's doing, and makes sure everything is running great. But also, this can start late and it doesn't hurt anything. And anybody who would have tuned in late is just catching it now anyway. And rockets often have deadlines that are real specific. Once you load the cryo, you can't, it gets expensive to just keep topping it off. Mini personal car, 1-seater. So that is an idea that I think could have a place in India. And maybe not 1-seater, but something akin to the Arcimoto. I also own shares in Arcimoto, not very many. And I plan to visit Arcimoto on my trip. I've talked with them briefly about getting a factory tour, and they were amenable, so we'll see if that can happen. But a small, 2-seater for a market like India, one problem with India is it's very crowded. When would the $15,000 to $25,000 car come out? I'd heard rumors that Shanghai was taking the lead on the design, but I don't know how much of that is true. So I have a theory on the Shanghai Model 2. And I was going to make a video out of it, but I just don't have time, so I'll share it here. I think they're already at work on it. And I can tell you that my reasoning is, if you look at the extension in the southeast part of the factory, in the area that on the updates I would call the sliver wedge, they've put a concrete roof on it, which is, they've made a concrete cathedral out of it, which is something they've only done in Texas in places where they needed real heavy equipment, like the stamping area and the casting area. So this suggests to me that this is where a new platform is going to be built, because they've already got plenty of capacity for the 3 and the Y. And if they wanted to add capacity, I'm not sure that this is the space they would add it. So I think they're already building out the capacity to build it. As far as design goes, that could be much farther along than we realize. I don't see why, that could be something that's already done. I wonder how many launches Musk has missed because he was on Elon time and not SpaceX time. My guess would be some. But also, they launched so many. They've had, 87 successful rocket recoveries. My guess is there's so many of them that he doesn't need to watch all of them. And, yeah. Are you buying your kids Teslas when they can drive? So my kids I only have one, that's not driving age. My boys are 21, 18, 17, and 11. And no, I am not buying them Teslas because I'm not wealthy. I'm getting by, but I am not wealthy. So it's, something I would hope that they would do for themselves. My 18-year-old graduates on Saturday. So that's exciting. So that part of the day I won't be available. And on Sunday, we're having a party for it. So I won't be available for that either, because I'm on grill duty. You know how it is. No, J3 Lunt, the event has not yet started. It is running late. It was delayed initially 30 minutes, and now we believe there is another 20-minute delay, meaning it should start in about 10 minutes. But, you know, still want myself a P100D. Yeah, those are real nice. Those are real nice. They talked about a bigger press. It'd be spectacular to see a single casting of the frame of the Model 2. I don't think the Model 2 is going to go to a single frame, single casting for the whole thing, because that would defeat the purpose of a structural battery pack while adding tremendous amounts of difficulty. It would be, you know, it was hard enough to make the 6,000-ton press work. The 8,000-ton press they're going to be using for the Cybertruck will become the largest operational casting machine if it comes online before some customer in China ordered a 9,000-ton. But we do not believe that the customer is Tesla. Congrats on the graduation. I will pass that along. I have an Hellcat and an SRT8, and I still want a Tesla. Well, that's because you like speedy cars, and you know those are all real fun. I got to drive an SRT8, the wagon, for about a week, and it was fun. It was fun. Last time I looked, they'd held their resale remarkably well. If you could have any car in the world, what would you pick? No money limits, but not a Tesla. Ooh, that's tough. That is tough. I'll chew on that for a minute. Anything, but not a Tesla. I'll have to chew on it because I want an EV, but I gotta have 6 seats, and the options are few. None? Are the options none? Boy, they might be. No Roadster with rocket boat demo today. No. Oh, looks like we're going live. I think. Let's see what my settings are at here. That's quality. That's quality programming right there. Because that's what you need. There we go. If it's going to lag, I will turn it back down, but I should be able to maintain 1080. Oh, they're not even ready. Oh. I'm going to turn the volume up and maybe mute myself.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Fremont, California. We're out here at the test track of our Fremont factory, just a few meters away from where we actually build all of our Tesla vehicles. We're super excited to have you all here. In fact, almost 9 years ago, on June 22nd, 2012, we had our first Model S delivery event right over there in the factory. So we've come a long way in a few years. We set out to design, engineer, and manufacture the best car in the planet, and we've been working tirelessly every day to try to make that happen. And tonight, we're going to show you the next best version of Model S. And I brought this along because we might be breaking a few records. But more about that later. So let's get Elon out here and have him show you how we made the best car in the world.
car of any kind.
The Model S. This is an ambitious goal to create a whole new kind of car. A lot of Wall Street is betting Tesla can't get it done.
All right. Thanks for coming and thanks for tuning in. So, as Franz was saying, this is 9 years since we delivered the first Model S, the first car produced here in Fremont. So almost a decade. And I think we're really taken it to a whole new level with Plaid. Some of you may know that, I mean, basically our product plan is stolen from Spaceballs. So we've gone Plaid speed. So what we really wanted to achieve here is like, well, why make this really fast car that's crazy fast and everything? And I think there is something that's quite important to the future of sustainable energy, which is that we got to show that an electric car is the best car, hands down. You know, so it's got to be clear. It's like, man, this is sustainable energy cars. It can be the fastest cars, can be the safest cars, can be the most kick-ass cars in every way. And that's why we did the Plaid. It's just to show hands down, this is the way to go. So, yes. Pressing slide. There we go. All right. So, we've made huge improvements from the original car. Well, actually, who here, has anyone here, probably some have, bought the early Model S? Like the, yeah. All right. Well, thank you for your support. So, you can see the huge improvements we've made. So, and it started off with good performance, but now with Plaid, we've managed to break the 2-second barrier, if you will. No production car has ever done 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. So and this is a 4-door car, seats 5 adults, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, you know, this thing's moving. I mean, this is like what I call like limit of physics engineering. It's not relative engineering. It's like, what does physics say we can do? Because physics is the law and everything else is a recommendation. So, in addition to a crazy performance, it's also got a longer range. Even with the tri-motor high performance, it's got almost a 400-mile range. And in the dual motor configuration, it's got a 412-mile range. So, 420, give or take. So, that joke will never end. So, and we've also improved the supercharging speed, so you can get 187 miles of range in 15 minutes. So, yeah, so quickest production car, to be clear, of any kind ever made, like I said, first to ever break the 2-second barrier. Later tonight, you'll get a chance to drive around the track, and like this is really something you have to feel to believe. Because it hits you right in the limbic system. It's like, damn, like, whoa. Yeah. it is basically, what is the car that we can, how can we make a spaceship a car, you know? So, hello. So, let's see. Yep. And then in terms of additional stats, it's also the fastest production car to complete a quarter mile, so 9.23 seconds. It's got a 200-mile-an-hour top speed, over 1,000 horsepower, almost 400-mile range. Like I said, charges so fast, you know, it'll be probably done by the time you have a coffee, basically. And talking about some of the sort of details behind it. So we have an all-new battery pack, and then something we're really proud of is the new carbon-sleeved rotors for the motor. So this is the first time that there's, to the best of our knowledge, there's been a production electric motor that has a carbon overwrapped rotor. So this is a super hard thing to do because carbon and copper have, you know, at very different rates of thermal expansion. So in order to do a carbon overwrapped rotor, you've got to wind it at extremely high tension. It's a very hard thing to do. We actually had to design the machine that makes the rotor. So no such machine existed before. It also means we can have the electromagnetic field be super efficient and have a tight gap even at super high RPM. And it's single speed from 0 to 200 miles an hour. So it's just, the RPM is so crazy that just the centrifugal force wants to expand the rotor. So the carbon overwrap actually holds the rotor, basically holds the rotor together. It's like madness. So, yeah. So let's see. In fact, we're going to show you the motor. In fact, you might have had a chance to see the drive unit. And we can go closer. I mean, this is really an amazing work of engineering. Yeah. There's just never been an electric motor like this. I mean, you could pick this motor up with your hands, and it can accelerate a 2-ton car to 60 miles an hour in 2 seconds. I mean, that kind of power to weight is insane. Yeah. So it goes, it goes up to 20,000 RPM and maybe a little more. So. Yeah, I was just saying, close look at it. So, let's see. Okay, let's switch back to the slides, I think. So, in it, we also were able to achieve the lowest drag coefficient of any car ever made. So, yeah. So really, I think Tesla engineering has outdone itself here. This is a car that looks good, but also gets an incredible drag coefficient. And this is the true drag coefficient of the car, including with wheels in motion. Sometimes you'll hear drag coefficients quoted, but that'll be without the wheels moving. And the wheels cause sort of air churn and incremental drag. And this is the actual drag coefficient of the car. So it's to have a good-looking sports car, have that lower drag coefficient is really tough. So. We also have the latest and greatest in heat pump, which is basically the HVAC system for the car. It's 30% better cold weather range and requires 50% less energy for cabin heating in freezing conditions. Yeah, so you'll see very little degradation in cold weather. And the radiator is twice as big for heat rejection. So you'll be able to actually do back-to-back 0 to 60s, go on the track, just haul ass, and as you'll see tonight, this car is just going to do over and over again, and it doesn't get winded. I think we got to take this back to maybe the Nürburgring, see what happens. And then, of course, when we first delivered the Model S, there were no superchargers anywhere in the world. So back in 2012, no superchargers anywhere. Now there are 25,000 superchargers all around the world. So, we opened 30 just in the last week. And we're just going to keep going so that you can basically travel anywhere you want with peace of mind, super easy, keep increasing the power of the superchargers. We're 250 kilowatts. Obviously, that we'll start going to 280, 300, 350. Yeah. So. And then it's also engineered for maximum safety as well. So. In fact, this is designed to be our aspiration for this car. It still has to be tested by the US government, but we think we can get the lowest probability of injury of any car ever tested. So, in fact, these are the actual NHTSA probability of injuries numbers. All top 5 cars with the lowest probability of injuries ever tested, all 5 are Teslas. So I mean, with the Plaid Model S, what you have is a car that is faster than quicker than any sports car, and like faster than any Porsche, safer than any Volvo, in the same car. That's insane. It's like yeah. So. And then the design, we've obviously made a lot of refinements to the exterior, and then we've completely redone the interior. So I think once you drive the new Model S, it really feels like you're driving the future. And other cars are going to, especially like non-Tesla cars, are going to feel very last century. So all new interior. As you can see, we changed the orientation of the main screen, so it's easier to watch movies and that kind of thing in landscape. Yeah, exactly. I mean, in other notes, we have ventilated front seats. So, yeah. Anyway, I think it's really, you drive around and it really feels like, okay, we're in 2021. Great. We have this yoke steering wheel, which is a little different, but I think once you try it, you'll think it's great. The visibility of the main screen is super clear, especially for autopilot. So you can see the entire panoramic view you can basically see the mind's eye of the car. Yeah, it's really cool. So. And then we've gotten rid of the stalks. So, I think generally all input is error. So we want, if you have to do something that the car could have done already, that should be taken care of. The software should just do it. So you can actually just literally walk up to the car, it senses that you're approaching, unlocks the car based on your phone. It just basically pairs with your phone, knows that you're coming to the car, opens the door, extends the handle, you sit down, and you just drive. You don't have to press the drive or anything like that. The car knows you want to drive. It figures like, yeah, good guess, you know. So, and then it's using the autopilot system to know where the obstacles are. So obviously, if there's something in front of you, you want to go backwards, and if there's something in back of you, you want to go front, most likely. And then it will adapt to your to your needs. So if it sees that you're always doing this, you're changing to reverse or forward in particular situations, it'll try to remember that and geocode it to that location. So then you won't have to do it in the future. It will just keep minimizing the amount of input that you need to do until the car just reads your mind. So it's gonna be great. Yeah. So we've redesigned the interior. We moved the interior so that the front IP is actually slimmer and thinner. So we were able to move the front seats forward, giving more room to the back seat, and we reclined the back seat more and reduced the interior trim. So basically, the current Model S, the back seat is not amazing, but the new one, it's actually a legit back seat, I'd say. It's like, it's good. So you can, I think it's quite a comfortable back seat, and you've got also a rear screen, and you can control everything from the back. Yeah. So it's got dual inductive chargers for your phones in the back and dual inductive in the front. And it's a 36-watt power supply, so you can actually charge like your laptop or anything. Basically, it's a 36-watt USB-C. Yeah. It can also pair with multiple Bluetooth devices simultaneously. So multiple people could be controlling music, or somebody could be playing a video game. So you can do multiple wireless things simultaneously. And then, similar to the Model 3 and Y, instead of having air vents intersecting columns of air, and we just vary the speed of the air, so you don't have to. There's no vents that you can see, and you can just touch the screen and move the screen around, and it'll just move the air wherever you want it. And the air is much more diffuse. It just feels like an invisible air conditioning system. It's great. So. And it's a tri-zone, so there's a zone for the rear and a front and left front, right front zone. So. And then the 17-inch touchscreen it feels like a movie theater. The sound is incredible. Defined. So we'll keep tweaking it and dynamically adjusting to whether you're using streaming or whether it's coming via Bluetooth from your phone or different streaming services. It'll actually, and if the data rate changes, it'll adapt that. So basically, it always sounds good. And that's just going to get better. So, yeah. And then we've got an all-new UI. Really want waypoints. Okay, does everybody here want waypoints? All right, fine, we'll do waypoints. God damn it. All right. 2 weeks. All right, we'll do waypoints, fine. But obviously it also interfaces with your calendar. So if you just, basically if you just get in the car and you just sort of swipe down from Navigate, you don't have to enter anything, just swipe down. The car will automatically figure out if you want to go to home, work, or what's on your calendar. So it'll default to calendar priority, and obviously if you're at home and it's kind of a weekday or whatever, it assumes you're going to go to work. So you just swipe down, it automatically navigates to work, and checks traffic and gives you an optimal route. So it's just like a nice little easy thing. And you can actually set it to automatically generate the most probable route. So you just get in, and it's going to guess what route you want, and you don't have to press anything. Yeah. So anyway, the UI is like basically easy to move around, expand, contract, shift music to the left, to the right, and we're going to keep improving it. So it basically feels like a modern tablet or phone. So. And then it's not PS4, it's PS5. So I think there's never been a car that has state-of-the-art computing technology, state-of-the-art infotainment, where this is literally at the level of a PlayStation 5. So, yeah, I mean, if you think about the future where the car is often in autopilot or full self-driving mode, then entertainment is going to become increasingly important. So you're going to want to watch movies, play games, use the internet, just little things you want to do if you're not driving. And this is actual PlayStation 5 level performance. So we're going to try to do a gaming demo. Yes, it can play Cyberpunk. So this is somebody playing the car right now. This is playing live. Yeah. So it's like pretty great, So have fun in the game. It's gonna be great. So, all right. So high frame rate will do 60 frames a second with state-of-the-art games. Yeah. All right, so we got incredible performance, interior of the future. I think engineering that's practically alien. So, like I said, simultaneously the safest car in the world and the fastest. This is insane. So, we also got look at some things like the power curve. So, I think this really illustrates the difference. It maintains 1,000 horsepower all the way up to 200 miles an hour. This car crushes. All right. So, yes. All right, and deliveries begin now. So we're in production. We're going to deliver the first 25 cars now, and then basically should be at several hundred cars per week soon, and 1,000 cars a week probably next quarter. So please enjoy. We put a lot of work into this. I'd like to thank the incredible work of the Tesla engineering and production teams. It's like my hat is off to Tesla engineering, production, design, the whole group. They put their heart and soul into this. So hope you enjoy it. So let's deliver some cars. All right.
Okay. So I apologize for that absolutely unforgivable connection issue. That was entirely on my end, and so I have Starlink, but I wasn't using it because I was afraid it might cut out. So I switched over to the Comcast, and that experience was not Comcastic. Actually, it was. I mean, that's kind of how Comcast is. That's just kind of how it rolls. I literally had to disconnect and physically plug in the cable. So, great. Here we are. So, thoughts? Is there one more thing? I'm guessing there isn't, because you guys have not told me that there is. Otherwise, I'd see it in the comments. People are going to start taking test drives. The crowd is not that big. Do we spot anyone famous there? Tough to say. Well, if there's any questions, I'd be happy to take them. Marco, the technology definitely does grossly exceed the presentation. The presentation was fine. It was fine. Not super exciting. That's it, huh? That's just it. Oof. Okay. Well, I can make my pretty face bigger, but it's just not. It's not ideal. I have a face for radio and a voice for Braille. I don't know. So yeah, I guess that's it. I guess that's where we leave it. Any questions? Any thoughts? I think I probably lost everybody when the connection went south and the event ended. So I am sorry for that, you guys. Looks like I still got 300 folks here. Any questions? Any comments? Do I think 1 quarter per week next quarter, 1,000 per week next quarter is low? I do not. Next quarter is in a couple of weeks. I think you can see all my stuff I like there. All my, boy, I just don't want to leave that up. Yeah, go there, just, stop. Whatever. Just trying to get a blank screen here. No, I think it's perfectly appropriate. I think it's the correct amount of units, because next quarter starts in a few weeks, and it's going to take a little bit of time to ramp. And remember, at its peak, they were barely doing over 1,000 a week before. Am I right? They were like 1,000 a week each of S and X. And you remember when those were exciting days? How the times have changed. Now we want 1,000 a day. They need to get an actual presenter at these things. I disagree. Lucid. Maybe. Lucid looks to be able to enter production. They look like and they have a very compelling car and a very pretty car. And they're starting at the right price point, which is to say, so high that that they can make money before running low on demand, which is a smart way to do it. Albert, is Plaid Plus canceled forever? We don't know. And my guess is it is not. My guess is it's something that will be sort of brought back later, but more like as an incremental improvement. They might just keep making the Plaid more expensive while adding Plaid Plus options. Was hoping Hans would come back with the sledgehammer. I know. It was, I don't know. Hoping for something meme-worthy there. What about the retractable spoiler/wing? I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that has happened yet. So their big reveal was 100 this quarter. I think we'll see 300 or 400 because we've seen how many they have. 25 is for tonight. 25 is probably the number of guests who showed up who had reservations. And that the rest of them will be definitely sold. I would say hundreds will be sold in the next 2 weeks, because we've seen an awful lot of them stuffed in various corners around the property. Or misunderstand. Leave me an earful in the comments, as I deserve, And I will, as a courtesy, I will write back to everyone in this, because I don't think I'll be getting many new viewers for a live event after the fact. So it's not like I'll be muddying up the comments. So stay tuned, stay juicy, and I can't wait to hear from you clever robots on the flippity flop. And, get your merch. Teespring.com. I don't know. Search My Tesla Weekend. Thanks, guys. You are pretty awesome.